Everybody loves a disclaimer. Hey everybody, Asher here, and it is time to finally start the regular season for Charlotte FC. We are going to be doing MLS action today versus Montreal, as well as the schedule says New York. So we're going to be doing our away opener, our inaugural game, and our home opener. It's all televised, which is very exciting. We do have an initial press conference, but first I want to go over two things. One is that this is our starting lineups and our opening roster for everything. We have a few players that are unregistered. They are going to be waived, and the reason they're going to be waived is, well, not you, McGree, we're going to keep you later. He's on loan. But the other ones is that if I waive them now, they don't count against my salary cap at all, and none of them are good enough for me to make it onto the squad. Not even as, depth. Pulisic hasn't even made it onto, any of the friendlies. Speaking of friendlies, we did have one more away. Robin Lod, finally we will praise Lod and say his name correctly. He actually, believe it or not, finally turned his butt around a little bit and put in a game worthy of his performance a little bit, getting a goal, 7.3 in limited time. And what I did to the tactic, the only thing that I've really changed at this point, there's two things I've changed for the opener, but the only thing I changed between then and now is that I changed Fuchs over to a fullback. I didn't realize he was set as a wingback still, so that may have messed up that pairing a little bit. I'm also starting Loba, and instead of as an advanced forward, I'm keeping him as a poacher, and I don't know if that's necessarily going to work as well. I like my strikers to be able to kind of do the distribution game and make goals for the wingers as well, which Robinson's going to be really good at. But Loba is a little bit more of a natural poacher. We'll see if that can play to his strengths and try to get some goals. But that's something to keep monitoring because transfers, if we look at our transfer history, nobody new's come in since the last video. But for a few signings that we've made at the end of contract. So we have two players joining in July. Jorge Diaz, who... he may end up being really good. He's more of a potential person, as well as Andrew Carlton, kind of the same thing, more wing depth. He can play both sides, which is nice. And then the signing I'm most excited about is my next designated player, Matías Arezzo, who he's phenomenal, at least looking at this, and he has very high potential, and he's only 19. So, yeah, got him at the end of a contract. My scouts just happened to find him at River Plate, of all places. So, thank you, scout team, for pulling that one out there. And it didn't cause too much trouble for me to sign him, but he is going to be expensive. But once again, David Tepper can afford that. So, here is Club Vision once again for anyone who wants to know. We need to avoid finishing the bottom of the league, be competitive, and reach the 5th round of the U.S. Cup. Which one of these is not like the other? Okay, well, we're just going to go ahead, go to the press conference. Let's get this started. So we have, it's always nice to start with the win to get points on the board. I'm just going to stay positive here. We have a good team here. Most experts expect Fuchs' performance will be key. I think that is something I agree with. Do you have an update on this player's injury? No, not really. I'm just going to say don't want to... press conference is negative, so I pissed him off by not answering that question. That's great. Perhaps Bonko will be eased back into the team while he returns from injury. That's true. It's been known that you signed a number of young players. Is this because we want to make things about the future? I think age is no barrier. That's true, and they want to know about this again. They'll want a proper answer. Do you have an update on the injury? I have a proper answer. It's the same thing as before, so they really don't like me now. I love it when the press is after me. Oh, this is fun. The opening day's domestic season is marked by the calendars of fans across the country, even in Charlotte, apparently. Everybody's ready to go. I am very excited. Even if you all hate me. I've already pissed off the press, and it's just my first regular season game. Off-season to prepare to kick off. Are you confident our side's ready? I think so. The friendlies have gone very well. So thank you. Questions for today. I think the press conference did not go well. Well, somebody's unfriendly with us. Well, what do you know? Everyone can just cry. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to go by the registration window here. And Wells is looking for Fuchs to lead, which is honestly just fine. And he's pleased with that. What I care about is my squad, my roster. If we look at the dynamics real quick, this is going to be very important to follow. Our team cohesion is still very low. That's going to be one of our disadvantages in the early leg of the season. Our atmosphere we can do good with. Leadership support we can do with. Our hierarchy, we have actually a really good pyramid structure right here with plenty of influential players, only a few clear leaders. So that's excellent. I gave Kyle Duncan, if we look at his leadership ability here, the vice captaincy, and he'll step into the captain role when presumably Fuchs retires after this season, assuming he does. I think he's only contracted through the end of the year, so I'm not expecting to have him after this year. He's kind of my booster first player here. So Duncan's going to be waiting in the wings, and he should move up to highly influential players because he's a vice captain. Otherwise, yeah, this cohesion is going to be an issue and something we have to deal with, as well as the fact that if we look at our tactics, still our midfield, Ruiz is good, but if he goes down, our midfield is a mess. And I've been trying to bring people in, and it's not gone well. So that's kind of where it's like I want to hit the ground running with this team, but what can you do? You just build a team that you can work within the salary cap, try and keep scouting out good players that you can bring in. So fortunately, with MLS registration rules, the registration window doesn't mean you can't bring in players to play. You just have to be able to register them. So there's hope. But for now, this is the team we're starting with. So, by the way, here's the registration screen for anybody that wants to see it real quick. Let me get my face out of the way so you can see the data. Our salary cap is a little bit lower right now than it would be because I have used money to pay off some people's contracts, so it doesn't count as much against the cap. That's for anticipated cap hits that are coming from certain players that are joining us. But yeah, we'll just go up and down. Like I said, we are not registering these 3 people, so they will be on the waiver list. But otherwise, our roster's set. We have plenty of additional players to add. I usually don't go up to the player cap of 30, especially in the first season in MLS. So we're going to see how much dead weight we have on the roster as the games get going. So let's take it on to Montreal. All right, so nothing says opening season like snow and gusty winds, and this is going to be a horrible, nasty game. I love it. People are already trying to get me to go back to the original tiki-taka tactic. I did forget to put folks on automatic instead of support, so hopefully that'll work things out. Let's go to the team selection real quick. Not changing a thing more. We'll see how this goes. Nice thing about MLS is that you get 5 subs. I don't know if that's going to change after this season, but we're going to use it as much as we can for now. So right now, Blackman's actually still not fully ready to go, allegedly, but it seems like we're okay. And I did get some interesting things from the waiver list, but we'll get to that later. Let's go ahead and submit the team here. Lots of players aren't ready. Apparently we didn't do enough friendlies. It's fine. Everything is fine. Nothing's not on fire. All right. Showing onto his weaker side. That's fine. Here's our team. Here's our captain. Our fans are kind of excited. Morris is going to be a really good fit the way we play, so it's nice to see him starting. Yes, we're paying him enough. So, assistant coach, what do you say to the expansion team that is playing their first game? Get out there and impress me. That's fine. You give the opposing fans their money's worth, but we're going to go give our talk, make the difference, use our little motivation bonus cheat code here. And we got some people motivated. That is a good way to start. So, mid-press room. Let's see here. Big day. What are your thoughts as you go into the match? We're ready to go. Can't wait to see. First goal is crucial, right? Yeah, well, obviously. Do you hope your team can produce today? I believe we'll do well. So, we're in the snow. How fun. So here's all the other people. The faceback's kind of bleeding over on the positioning. Not much you can do about that. Here's our team, though. So we have Ludd, Morris, and Loba in the front, and our usual people in the back. And the press is probably going to say, it's time for us to get a draw. I can't possibly tell what's going to go on here. But here we go, our nice blue shirts. The story goes that blue that's also used by the Carolina Panthers is a direct middle ground between UNC Chapel Hill and Duke University's blue. So fun fact there. Turns into a much better color than either of those as Kessler brings it up, and there's Morris on the wing. Let's see what he can do right away. Can we get a goal this early? There's Ludd, and he takes it right to the goalie. But still, you love to see a shot like that early. 1 on target, .01 expected goal, but hey, it's fine. We're moving. In the snow, we may have to go more direct. Our short passing game may definitely not work here. So yeah, highlights. Right now it's for them. The snow is raining down in a hurry. So Derek doing Derek things. And we'll see. Fuchs, can he move it? We're going for the short passing as everybody is just having a grand old time. I mean, it's Montreal. Of course you get snow like this in Montreal, right? There's Lud trying to go up and take over the entire sector. And there's a great pass to Morrison, who we don't get the goal, and we may not be getting goals for a while. It depends, but I really love having 3 shots with all of them on target. There we go. Morrison, or Morris. I keep wanting to call him Morrison. We'll see, though. Pass it on up to my defense. So there's Kessler, who is just happy as can be to move around. And then go over to Duncan. And there's another cross and, oh, header. That goes a little bit over but you love to see it. Definitely getting more shots in there. That's kind of our plan. So I don't want to mess with what we're doing. We're going to keep the short passing, although my inclination in nasty weather like this is to go a lot more passing into space and a lot more direct. So Sergio Ruiz drops it over. Free kicks are the only thing I have not done for my set pieces. So we'll see. We're still getting a lot more shots than they are. So Fuchs going in there to Derek. And I think we're just going to be taking it slow. Merriman over to Morris, who goes to Loba. I said as the poacher role, he should be going for more shots. So Morris, fortunately, not losing a knee there. Oh my God, is that offsides? Was there a foul in the box? Well, the goal went in. Like, literally, we got a goal. So we're either getting a penalty or a goal, or somebody's getting a yellow card. Oh, VAR. No penalty. What? I literally, the ball went in. Oh. Soccer. Like, I guess the rule is if they blow the whistle and blow the play dead, then it's just going to go over there. So we were doing good. We were doing real good. Kyle Duncan having a good game. Lud, uh-oh. Let's go here. You know what? I'm not happy with that performance out there. Let's put our hands together. Let's see if we can get people moving. Blackman seems to motivated. We may be putting a rookie in the goal in a minute. You do not want an unmotivated goalie. We can talk individually to somebody here. I have faith in you, and he's still demotivated, so we'll have to keep that in mind. I really want Lud to get this moving. So we have a lot of shots. They're looking good. We're just not getting them in the net. And it seems like they're pretty good chances as Duncan is just going right away in there. Maybe we do try something different. Let's go for more direct, and let's try to hit our crosses early. And let's do a little bit of a higher line, move the line back just a little bit, and let's let our players be creative. You can't always do that in lower leagues, but we're playing in MLS, and there is Loba going on up to Lud. Loba, maybe we take him off the poacher roll. I don't know. That's a good ball. Please hit this. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, Ake Loba with the first inaugural goal in real MLS football for Charlotte FC. That's a good play. And it makes me wonder, do I want to readjust all these tactics? I mean, that's exactly what I'm asking him to do anyway. So Loba with the chip in. And we're going to do tactical changes anyway. I think that's fine. Fuchs again. Oh, man. That was a good kick. Kessler heading back to Duncan, and everybody loves Duncan. He needs to get on the right side, though, in case they try to break away. But we are controlling this match. Morris, please do something. Oh, man. I'll have to check and see if Ruiz is a good shooter from that distance. Oh, Derek. Now, what I'm doing with these corners here is usually what I used to do is the far post, but it seems like the in move here is to go for the near post in Football Manager 2022. So I kind of took my far post tactic and it's adopted it for the near post. So Sergio Ruiz with the interception. We're still up 1-0. And Lud's getting back in it. He's 6.5. That's acceptable given the circumstances. So let's do some load management here because we got a game in 2 days. Who do we take on and take off here? I want to see if Lud can run it out. So we're going to switch out Morris. And we'll put Robbie over here. Okay, we want to keep Lud. We want to keep Lud on the left as much as we can. Who else can we put in here? Our goalie's composed again. That's good. Who else is tired? Sergio Ruiz. I guess we can put in Cirillo for him. That should be fine. I mean, that's a pretty big drop, but we want to keep fresh for the next game. Do we put the rookie in? I think I'll give it a little bit more time before we put the rookie in for Lud. Eric Holt may not be bad to sub in as well. Kyle Duncan's done a lot of work, and he's done a lot of good work. Let's give him a break. All right, pep talk for these three. Pump fist, go out there, make me proud. All right. Now, we should have 2 more subs here. If I made a mistake here, it's not going to kill me. But Maramon over to Anunga, who we haven't heard his name very much, over to Nowinski, who is one of my initial picks. And is that another penalty? We're getting the VAR again. Oh, wow, we actually did not get home cooking this time. So who is our penalty taker? I should know this by now. It's going to be Lud. Please, Lord. Oh, praise Lud. We did it. Oh, man. I can hear the music playing. That's Robin Lud with his initial goal. That is going to turn up his rating just by sheer virtue of hitting a penalty. But there we go. All his highlights that I've seen, it's like he loves to place it in the corner of the net. So that's good, and we are currently 2nd place in the MLS. Go us. The Chicago firefighters. We're up 2-0, so what can we do here to not screw this up? We're still staying positive. I think that's good. Cirillo's looking a little overconfident. Blackman's looking a little overconfident. That might be a problem. Anyway, who needs a rest? I think we can sit Lud for the rookie. And I think we probably want to sit Fuchs for Fisher, so that's fine. And we'll let our defenders play it out. I mean, the alternative is we put Holton for Derek or Kessler, but they're both doing really good. And I want to play them together as much as possible, as much as I can, because you really want to... Oh, wow, I actually made Fisher go from being nervous to motivated. But you want them to develop what's called a partnership. In other words, get a happy little green line next to them, and they will work very well together. 2 starting central defenders, it's one of the easiest things to do to make them work together, is by making them work together. Okay, but 2-0 versus Montreal, and we got another corner. And that's our rookie passing it. And Derek, Derek's getting a good jump at it. Derek's gargantuan. So that's kind of how it goes. Now, I haven't gotten any magical near-post goals or anything so far, but you want to keep knocking as much as you can. So we're going to drop the mentality down to balanced. I don't like going full defensive, especially once you get to talent levels like here. But it looks like we're doing good, even on balanced. There's a pass to Robinson over to Fisher. Fisher to Cirillo. That is very close to a goal. Wonder if we're going to get another penalty. Maybe, maybe not. All right, so Maramon over there in the corner, and do we have a counterattack? It looks like we have a counterattack. Please tell me I had some people stay back on the corner tactic. Looks like I did, and Fisher looking good with that play there, coming all the way across the other side to defend here. So rookie over here, and there we go. Kessler with a look. Oh, they cleared all the way out, so they're going for not a lot of stuff here. So one more shot here to run up the score. Violante, do it. Okay, over to Maramon, and I think we can just clock it. There we go. We did good. No idea how Montreal's going to be this season, but 2.26 XG to 0.19. I mean, granted, that was with the penalty, and we really should have been 3-0. But, a win is a win. I will take it. Although, once again, I have some Lud concerns about it, but... you know what I'm going to do? We're going to outstretch our arms. We're going to say, well done, guys, because we want to make everybody as happy as possible. All right, so here we go. Maybe we can piss off the press again because team cohesion's still very poor. Okay, morale seems really high right now. Soccer, or if we build on good times, will be very there for a long time. Oh yeah, I thought it was a good win. Very happy, and it turned out to be quite a day for Lud and Loba. What'd you think? I'm happy they've settled in quickly. Well, that's what we're going to say to the press. So, word number 2. Only because Chicago obliterated somebody by over 4 goals. Or something. I don't know. I don't know how they have a goal difference of 4. Oh, they must have played in the Western Conference because they're only showing the Eastern Conference. Cool, and there's everybody really happy. So, good times. Let's see here. The scoreboard. Who lost by 4? Austin FC. Well, that sucks for you, Austin. We are the best FC here. So, overall, good stuff. Astute press conference. Bad day at the office. Yeah, I would say the same thing. So, Lud scores in his debut. We have all of our information with debuts here, and we're going to go ahead. Just happy news around here, and I'm going to dive into the next game and potentially some waiver wire action or signings as well, depending. I love it. The news, we already have people disliking us. It's fun. Maybe we'll improve that, but let's focus on the games here. All right, so it's time for the next game versus New York City. And the only adjustment that we've made so far is that I was able to claim another midfielder off of waivers. Marky Delgado, a target that I made before that he did not want to sign with me. Now, granted, he doesn't have as high potential as maybe my scouts originally thought, but considering he's 26-year-old, that's not necessarily a surprise. He is what he is. Unfortunately, what he is a pretty good ball-winning midfielder and a pretty good box-to-box midfielder. So that is exactly where I have him playing, as a box-to-box midfielder. So he should fit the system very well, and as you can see from the last game, if the system works, it's all going to be fine. Now, we do have some questions about who we want to keep in as subs. My assistant manager really wants me to put in Nick DePay instead of Kessler, but I think we'll be okay. Kessler's actually a little bit tired, though. He's good. Overall risk of injury, normal. So we'll just keep an eye on him. Maybe we'll put Eric Holt in there or something, or switch people around. But for now, I think we're going to be all right. So let's go ahead and dive into the next game. Submit team. And he needs a number. Marky Mark, your number is going to be 24. All right, so people are concerned about the match preparedness and everything, but it's all good. And people are like, my players need a rest. Maybe that's fine. Pick up where you left off last time. That seems okay. This is the official inaugural home opener for the Charlotte FC here in Charlotte. So we want to make sure that we get everybody sufficiently hyped. We'll see. Into the tunnel. So it helps, as prolific as our team has been in one game. Yeah, that's the British word for scoring. Here, that's fine. How do you look to build upon an impressive thing? It's about momentum. Recent match schedule been challenging. And we could say we embrace this kind of thing. Match congestion is a big thing in the MLS. So here is our home crowd. They have people up in the upper rafters. This is not what Bank of America Stadium looks like at all, but they're trying. It's fine. And then we have New York here, who's not changing anything from the last match. And are they going to say it's going to be a tie? It's the New York Red Bulls versus the Charlotte Football Clubs. We club people with footballs. It's all very good. All right, so here we go. I think I should actually make this just a touch smaller. So let's do that. That may make it a little bit easier for y'all to see. So already we got Duncan throwing the ball into Jordan Morris. And let's see if we can get some bodies moving up here. Loba doing the very unpoachery thing of not being able to beat his man. There he is, Loba, moving on there and shooting it right over the post. He did approach me in between games to say, you know what, I'm really unhappy about being on this team because this is not going to get me on the Ivory Coast national team. And I said, you know what, if someone wants to pay your $5 million fee for transfer, that's totally fine. Then that's what's going to happen. And that's why I like to have a lot of redundancy in my roster. However, this is not looking promising. Okay, fortunately, the defense collapsed on there at just the right time. Already a bunch of highlights here in just the first few minutes as our home crowd is incredibly sparse. So 2 shots to 1. We'll see if these keeps going. There's Fuchs and Derek. Oh my god, that should have been a goal. But that's the right idea. That's what we want. Loba over to Morris again, and Morris is just going to pass it to the white shirts. Hard to tell who's who today, I guess. As we're in first place, this may not last. But already wins, losses, draws everything. We're getting shots. They're not particularly on target. I'm going to move up to attacking. We're at home. It's fine. There's Ludd. Ludd over to Fuchs. They should be working together a little bit better now. Over to Delgado, and Ludd gets intercepted. Fortunately, we get the ball back. There's Morris, just needs to get it. Somebody needs to get a good cross in there. Our line of engagement's really high, maybe a little too high, because we're just driving the ball into the corner every time and not being able to get the ball off. So there's Delgado over to Ludd again. Praise be. Played too much star sector. I'm not going to get tired of a Jordan Morris from over there. We're working the ball into the box, but maybe not too well. You know what? Let's try this. Out of possession. I think this is fine. So receiving the ball again. We're getting shots. Whew, that was an awkward sound. But we're getting the shots at least. Just got to try to make it go forward. There's Ludd again. He's getting the ball a lot, and he's almost taken it out of bounds. We've just got to actually be able to do something with it is the problem. And there we go. Are they trying to do like a counterattack move? Because that may actually work really well. Oh my god, that's a penalty. Oh, hashtag female hashtag referee. That's a bug. That's a super penalty here. So Derek... I mean, expansion. I'm a believer in Derek. I think he's going to be a very good player. But that was a... Blackman had not been beat, but we do concede the penalty, so that's a problem. And we have some very upset people here. So we're going to try to encourage our team, see what we can do. We don't need to see the penalty twice, but man, that sucks. That's soccer. Sometimes you get the shots and it works and then it doesn't. All right, so Loba not having a very good game, and Ludd not having a very good game. It seems to be a theme here. Oh God, are we really gonna go down 2-0? Wow, Blackman with some amazing saves there, but I have some serious concerns about what my players are doing here. And like I said, some of this just comes down to the team cohesion. We can't wholesale rebuild the team every time. But I'm going to need to see more from this team, especially the front line. Good gravy. Okay, Derek's going to have to come off when Kessler's really the one that should. And there's Ludd hitting it into the... Oh, man, we almost actually took it right from the goalkeeper's feet. Ludd should have gone for it. All right, one more shot. There's Fuchs in there, and oh, that's beautiful if it's not offside. And there we go. Even up at the very end with the power of the long throws. All right, long throw to the far post, and Ludd just gets to head it right in over somebody else. He's not that tall, but we are even. So... Oh man, they apparently got another really good shot opportunity that we stopped here. That must have been the double save. Okay, so struggle to make inroads in the attacking areas, so maybe we should bring it in from the side. Struggle for possession in the opponent's half. Loba, yeah, you're getting benched. All right, so... Point finger, you weren't creative enough. Yeah, Loba's getting benched. And we're going to pause it right now. Let's do this now. Robbie Robinson is nervous, so we're going to have to fix that. And Derek, we're going to have to do... Can we do individual assignments here? Because I need him to stay on his feet. All right, I think otherwise we can keep everybody else in. All right, so... let's see what you got. Pump fist. He's nervous, make me proud, and now he looks inspired. The power of motivation. Although I do need to change the tactic a little more, and we do need to go in from the sides instead of from the middle. Or maybe the problem is that we're using a poacher up front. And Robinson, he's also a really good poacher. Let's do an advance forward, though. So that way we can get people moving and involved. Then in possession, play out of the defense, in transition. Let's distribute to the fullbacks instead and see if that gets things started. All right. And we accidentally selected somebody. It's fine. Start the clock. Here we go. Information overload on the screen. That's how we like it here in Charlotte FC. And I am just, you know what? No, we're not doing that button. We're not getting a lot of highlights, so I'm going to ratchet up the pressure on my team. Demand more. We're at home. I mean, Ruiz is doing terrible. Anunga is getting, like, hit. Ludd, everybody's tired because it's 2 games in 1. And technically I should be okay if we're here. But you know what? Ludd, you got a goal. Ruiz is playing awful because he's nervous now. Oh, boy. So who do we want to put in? Merriman? Who's going to be better? Apparently Merrimon is going to be better. All right, who else do we need? Okay, frustrated by the feedback. I bet you are. Kyle Duncan not having a good game. Okay, so Marky Delgado, first game in, so we can't really worry about that too much. We have 2 more subs. We're going to make them now. So Jordan Morris, we need to load manage. But I don't want my defense to die, so he's fired up. We'll see if that's fine. We'll put Violante over here, get the rookie some more play time, and we need to replace one of these defenders. So it's going to be Derek because he's on the yellow card. And we're going to switch around. Well, no, we'll keep Kessler there. That's fine. Pep talk. Make a difference. That's like one of the guaranteed talks that's going to work here. So do I go overboard? I don't think I do. So if we end this with a tie, technically we're an expansion team. That's not a bad result. But hopefully we can get another goal. Oh boy. That was a long one. Go Robinson. Do something with it. All right, so we're making it work. Fuchs again. Over to Delgado, who is just standing there, just like, I just joined this team. And there's Holt with a very creative pass. You love to see it. And there is a free kick almost in the penalty area. It's Tony Pizzo, who I wanted to sign before, but refused to sign with me. Oh, man, almost a free kick header. There's like a free thing here. Let's encourage our team. We want them to push on to the end. Apparently they're big smiley faces. Hopefully not too big. So here we go one more time. Everybody wants to pass it to the other team, apparently. All right, so more Merrimon over to Violante. Let's get a goal, or let's get a corner. All right, they've made a last substitution. Whoa, is that another penalty? We're going to check with VAR. And the penalty's awarded. And who's taking our penalty? If it's not Lod this time, it's going to be the absolutely exhausted Jordan Morris, who nails it. Very good. Let's go to balanced. Be Thanos team, except we don't lose this game with conceding 2 goals. So that's 3 penalties we've had in 2 games. This is a very sloppy start to the save, but a little bit of encouragement goes the wrong way. There's Robinson almost with another goal. Whew. Well, I did say I thought this team could hit the ground running, and so far, 4 to 6 points, that counts. Although this is concerning. Thank you, Kessler. My assistant manager wanted me to take you out, and we didn't. Of course, I'm a little nervous that everything is still going right now, and our defense is so tired. But we do have a few days off before the next game, and there we go. Oh, boy. Always a little bit of butt clenching at the end when the highlight engine just keeps going like this. They have a corner. Okay. Time person. Oh, Morris with the super good defense at the end. So there you go. Purple Jackets in there. Delgado with the yellow, but Fuchs actually player of the game, so he turned his ass around. You love to see it. So they get a goal on a penalty. We get a goal on a penalty. It's Ludd's header at the half that makes a difference. So we lost on XG barely, but we really turned that around. Good job, guys. Very well done. You know what? I disagree with the assistant manager. I think they did a good job, and I want to say that was a good win for us. So that's a good win for us, and everybody's happy or pleased. And that's your goal with the team talks all the time, is to make sure your morale stays up. So you don't just want to say you guys screwed up. If they did good and actually came back, then that's what you want. How about that comeback? We have a determined bunch of players. Jordan Moore scored late. Yeah, it was a penalty, but the game doesn't seem to know that. Getting goal just before halftime, it gave us hope, and then gave me a chance to yell at everybody. All right, so we're number 1. I don't know if this is going to last, but I mean, Chicago has a game in hand on us, but 6 points in 2 games, that's an inaugural win in the home opener for the franchise. You can't do better than that. So apparently Struber's bitter about the use of VAR. Delgado makes a debut. Eric Holt also made his debut. And otherwise, we have a press conference. But that's going to do it for this one. So far, pretty good. Jordan Morris is going to need to be rotated probably for the next game. Because if we look at the calendar here, not this month, next month. We got a week. But still, it's probably going to be good because of his injury history for some load management. But next time, just for the way the series is going to go, probably worth going ahead and saying it, is that I'm not necessarily just going to go through every single possible game. Probably skip down to some of these other games here in just a little bit, just kind of give you updates, eye views into how things are going, because this would take a really long time if I did every single game. So we're going to try to dive in, get some key moments, see if we can get some key signings in there, shore up our midfield, and see if any other good players come in. So that's it for now. Thank you all for sticking around. I really enjoy having you all here. Love the feedback I get from this and other series. And you know what? It's going to be a good day, good season, good start. See y'all next time.